scrolling.
I'm just still looking up facts. We're live, though. So I'm not going to say
Jesus.
about what.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
But I'm just looking up facts.
Good. Save them. Save them.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Now is the real beginning.
You ever done the axe throwing?
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Were you good at it? Where'd you do it at?
I've done it at 2 places. One was at, I think the place that you were at, I don't know what it's called, but it's like Axes and Beer or something, like, is the name of the place.
Yeah. No free ad, so I won't say it.
But it's called, it's basically just called Axes and Beer. And then Lasertron also. They have like an axe throwing area, and I did that at one time. Yeah.
Dude, I actually heard, speaking of this, I heard it's $30. You go to Lasertron for $30, you can throw axes and play laser tag.
That's the benefit of being Lasertron, is you've got everything in one little area. Because they took out Cybersport.
What do they have over there now?
Axe throwing. They've got more bar space. They've got more
axe throwing.
It's more tables for like bar space, and then the axe throwing.
Do they still have the front bar area where you eat your pizza and get your Lasertron Supremes?
Yeah. And then in the back, yeah.
And the back's like the adult bar?
The back's the adult bar, yeah.
Okay.
You know what is interesting is that a Lasertron Supreme, everywhere else, there's a name for it. They call it a suicide. If you don't know, suicide is when you mix all the soda flavors. But to us, it was a Lasertron surprise.
Everywhere else has a name for it.
That's what it's called.
Where?
Everywhere else.
Where is everywhere? Like, are you talking geographically or just by other restaurants?
I think geographically, maybe by other. I mean, I don't think I walk into Olive Garden on Niagara Falls Boulevard and say, "Hey, give me a Lasertron surprise."
Yeah, but you can't say, "Hey, give me a suicide" either.
No, you can because they would know.
No.
What are they going to hand me? What are they going to hand me? What are they going to hand me? Their breadsticks, because those are killing people. Am I right, folks? You eat yourself to death at the Olive Garden, but at least you get to do it surrounded by family.
Their breadsticks bring happiness and joy to people.
Suicide is painless. That's a song from the 70s.
If you go somewhere and ask for a suicide, they're not going to know what you're talking about.
They are actually.
I disavow that.
They are actually going to.
Where have you ever gone and asked for that?
Wherever you want, Matthew. I have seen the idea. I have seen the concept.
Where?
Let me finish. Let me finish. What I'm going to be telling you right now. I'm going to be telling you right now, Matthew. I'm going to be telling you right now. I've seen the concept of mixing all the soda flavors together referred to as a suicide on multiple national television programs, most recently including New Girl. They go, "Whoa, is that a suicide when you mix all the soda flavors together?" And in my head, I'm thinking, that's a Lasertron surprise.
What episode of New Girl? I've seen all of them multiple times. I've never once heard this.
The dance one. Remember when they're having that dance and all of the guys have to be
chaperones? So
when Nick goes out into the parking lot with the bad kids, guess what they're drinking? Lasertron surprise. But they call it a suicide. That's the kind
Have you ever seen it in person?
No, but again,
exactly.
I've heard it
there
called.
You go.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this. What if I Google...
What is a suicide?
No. How do you make a suicide?
How do you make it look like?
Yeah, how do you make All I have is cherry cola and Dr. Pepper. How do I make it look like a suicide? Okay.
First of all, I disavow this name.
I hear you. It's because this is a concept that existed well before we came along. So this is the not PC name for that, you know? This is like the 80s. This is what they called it when it was first invented. So what if I Google?
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Okay.
Okay, you go ahead and Google.
Okay, so what if I Google, what do you call mixing all the sodas together?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is that how I should phrase it? How should I phrase it?
All the flavors of the soda fountain together? This is going to be painful to watch, so I'm not even going to look.
Tell me what to type so I make sure I get it right.
What is it called? Don't fucking go Yoda. Stop. Just say mixing all the soda fountain flavors together.
This will take. This has got to boot up.
She's got a boot.
Yeah, she's got a boot.
Is Lasertron a national corporation? Yeah, here you go. What do you call it? Here, click on Reddit.
Okay. Wow, there's a lot of different answers. I think I clicked on it and it's just taking a long time.
Yep, you clicked. See a little spinny? Suicide.
First one.
Yeah, only 20
Top
votes.
Yeah, but there aren't. But that's still the highest one on this page. Diabetes, suck a
Swamp water.
Swamp
gross.
water.
I've heard it called a suicide. I've always heard it called suicide. Graveyard. Swamp water. Keep going.
Oh, I like graveyard.
So don't.
That's stupid.
So don't. Like so duh. So do.
So don't.
A witch doctor if you add dill pickle juice, a mixed drink, inhumane and probably something that gives you runny shit.
Okay. Taco Bell. Come on. Who done do this at
Taco
Taco Bell?
Nobody. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
I'm sorry. I only drink bleach.
I mean, that's... Come
Suicide.
on. Clusterfuck. No. So, the top...
Wait, scroll down! Our laser tag place where I called it is called Lasertron. And they call it Lasertron Special.
But we know everywhere else it's called a suicide.
But this leads to my next question.
Yeah.
Is Lasertron
A national brand?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Let's Google that next.
All right. Give me 30 minutes. Hold on. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Was it called a Lasertron Surprise, not a Lasertron Supreme? It might have been.
I've heard it. I've
heard
heard
it both ways.
Lasertron Special, Lasertron Surprise.
Yeah, Lasertron Special, Lasertron Supreme, not Lasertron Surprise. Nobody wants Surprise. Chain. Yeah, that works. Oh, yep.
Just getting a little excited. Couple of hotkeys coming in.
Now. Lasertron Buffalo. Scroll up to the top one. Lasertron.
40 states in 9 countries.
Click it.
192 locations.
9 countries?
Well, that's what it says. Let's see.
Let it load.
All right. So I wonder if some of them still have cybersport.
That's what I'm going to try to find out.
Oh, okay.
I want to see all the I want to find a location near me.
Here, do you
want to
take over this?
Sure.
All right.
I want to find a list of locations. Get this out of my face.
Scroll at the bottom, maybe. I don't know. Go into Lasertron. That was the best.
Testimonials. CEO of Wazoo Family Fun in Roaring Springs.
Lasertron is good.
Lasertron.
Oh, Pat Moradani said that.
Attractive.
I know Pat.
LED arenas, axe throwing, crazy darts. Now available. I'm in.
Doesn't look like they have cybersport anymore.
No, I don't see
which I believe they invented.
Dude,
so
this fucking computer is out of control.
Well,
crazy darts. Yo, you want to know what it's like?
What Crazy Darts is like?
Yeah, it's like it's like Crazy Darts.
Okay, that's what I was gonna guess. See, even in that picture, that's clearly in Buffalo. There's Bills on the background. There's a Bills press conference on the background.
They got Crazy Darts. Dude, I gotta get in and play some Crazy Darts. That's what I want to know. What's LED arenas?
Must be a different kind of laser tag arena. God damn.
It's just regular.
I would love to play laser tag again. But I feel like it's not as satisfying as like Airsoft, which I only played once.
Operator locations. So maybe Lasertron laser tag is like the LED arenas are in multiple locations, but we have the one and only Lasertron. Now open 192 Lasertron equipped centers. With over 162.
Oh, that's interesting.
Lasertron arenas.
Oh, so that's kind of cool. So they build laser tag arenas for other people, but then yes, we have like the home base Lasertron.
Did we invent laser tag?
Laser tag was invented in Buffalo, New York.
Axe throwing.
Possible. We did build the
high-end axe throwing experience. This looks just like Crazy Darts.
Yeah, it's the same area.
So it's axe throwing on one side, Crazy Darts on the other side.
That might be right.
Axe throwing revenue projections?
Guys, we're gonna.
This looks all like Crazy Darts to me.
Well, I don't know, man.
Where do I throw axes? Did you throw axes into wood? Real axes into real wood at Lasertron?
Yeah. I think they like, fuck, man, I don't remember.
They just put a piece of wood in front of the giant 898-inch screen TV?
Sounds right to me.
Get it out of my face.
Get that out of here.
Were you actually good at it?
Yeah, of course.
I don't believe you.
Let's go. Let's go right now.
10 throws right now.
Yeah.
How many fives you hit in center of the board? And sticking too. Hitting and sticking.
Yeah, obviously. They all stick. I just want to get I'm not throwing any that don't stick.
I don't believe that one bit.
I know how to throw an
Even
axe,
the
Matthew.
best-
I don't know
even
how
the
to do
best
very many
will
things, but I
accidentally
know how to
drop.
throw an axe.
Even the best will mess up a rotation from time to time.
I'm going to adjust your camera real quick.
Why? I'm good.
Because you're
Nah, I'm good.
too high, but it messes me up when I'm trying to. Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah, that's what I do for the people.
How many out of 10 am I getting? 5?
Yeah.
Probably, to tell you the true, only 3. But all the rest of them are just outside of that.
In the 4 to 3
Yeah,
range.
in the 4 range. Maybe 1 is in the 3 range.
I
But the
don't
rest
believe
of
that
them
one
are.
bit.
Okay.
And they're all sticking.
Yes, they're all sticking, Matthew. I know how to throw an axe. That's the one thing I know how to do, man. Don't take that away from me.
I'm going to take it away from you. I wish we had axes right now. I'd start throwing.
Let's do another remote, and we'll do like an axe throwing competition. Somebody will let us do it for free. We'll just hit them up. I'm sure there's an axe throwing place around here that follows us on Instagram. We'll just say,
Throw axes.
hey, can we come
Can we
throw
come throw
axes
axes?
for a little bit?
All right. I can't wait to see how shitty you are at axe throwing.
Brother, I'm so good. I trained under. I knew a guy.
You trained under?
Yeah, he was.
Is this one of those scenarios where you sneeze and it reminds me that we should throw axes, and realistically you've been training your whole life to beat me in an axe throwing competition?
God, I want to do something like that. Yeah, maybe this is one of those situations. Maybe this could be one of those things. But I knew a guy, a good friend of mine, who was descended from carnies. He had carny blood running through his veins, and he could ride a unicycle and like throw knives accurately at like a target.
What's
So I
that have to
trained
do with axe throwing?
Well, I trained under him because it's precision, man.
That's
It's
knife,
precision with
axe,
the blade.
totally
It's
different.
precision with a blade.
It's totally different.
Well, maybe to a novice, but you
No.
know, when you're someone like me, something like an instrument like that just feels.
Let me see
right
your
in your
form.
hand.
Axe throwing form. Let me see your form. That's a spider web.
Oh,
Let me see
sorry.
your axe throwing form.
You got to get it. You got to get on the heels, right?
Too much wrist. Too much wrist. I can already tell you got too much wrist.
Well, I can't do my full extension here with the mic thing.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Just based off what I just saw.
You know what?
This,
You know what?
this right here.
You know what? I don't care what you believe
All right.
because I prefer to prove my stuff on the court,
Emily,
on the field of battle.
you give Andrew 10 axes. How many fives do you think he's hitting?
Job is on the line.
I just want a number. All I want is a single
There-
number.
How many fives?
How many? No, out of 10 axes, how many is he sticking in the board?
Sticking?
Yeah.
10.
No.
Okay,
Listen,
now
here's the thing.
that did sound like Emily didn't believe that to me when she said that. However, Emily's never seen me in my element.
I used to work at Riverworks, and my best friend managed the axe throwing bar. I saw a lot of axe throwing in my days. That was a lot of wrist, Andrew.
See?
That
That
was
was
a
a
lot
lot
of
of
wrist.
wrist.
Because I'm not in my. You know what?
It's
I'm-
all shoulder.
I'm doing
Yeah.
it. I'm doing it for the camera. Okay,
Shoulder.
I'm not. When you get me on the pitch.
You gotta
man.
touch the
Get
shoulder
me on
blades.
the pitch.
Lot of
shoulder
wrist.
Get me
It
in
was
the
a
thing.
lot
I'll
of
be ready to
wrist.
go. I'm all wrist. I've been all wrist all my life. Okay, these fucking things. This is my curse. These things are my curse. I'm all wrist. I've always been all wrist. All wrist. All right. It's a problem. What are you gonna do? Ugh. Anyway, it's called a suicide, and pretty much the rest of the. It's called a suicide, and pretty much the rest
I
of the world.
disavow that name. I prefer to use the name Lasertron Supreme, a.k.a. Lasertron Special. Whatever.
I
you
like to
prefer.
call it Lasertron Surprise. That's what I.
Surprise?
Yeah, that's what that's what I always thought it
Special?
was.
Surprise?
Surprise
Supreme?
Special Supreme, because that's Lasertron Supreme. That's like, oh, you're paying more for a bit of experience, but this is like Lasertron
They
Surprise.
probably do
Here you
charge you
go.
more.
For a Lasertron Surprise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's about 25 cents. About a nickel more. About Nicomo, get you suicide Nicomo. Folks, I wanted to let you know that part 2 of my guest episode on the Fine Dining podcast is up on YouTube right now, so make sure you check that out. If you watch part 1, you know what a blast it was. And, of course, I really appreciate my buddy Mike having me on to talk about Perkins, because it was a lot of fun, and that guy's always got something in the works, including his latest promotion that they're doing over there. This guy is a content machine. He's a segment machine. And what he's got going for the next month is Septemburger. The Fine Dining Podcast's annual $500 burger bracket competition is here, and you could be the winner of said 500 big ones. That's what blows me away. $500. Just $500 cash for doing this bracket. It's like a March Madness style type thing. You got In-N-Out versus Whataburger, Shake Shack versus White Castle, Raleigh's versus Steak and Shake, Culver's versus Freddy's Frozen Custard. The Fine Dining Podcast scoured the country for these burgers, and even if you've never had them before, head on over to linktree.com/Fine Dining Podcast to fill out your bracket. It's a Google form, but check out the Septemburger kickoff episode on September 4th before you submit to get the first 2 matches answered for you for free. Brackets are due by the end of the day, September 10th. Septemburger 10th, I mean. Follow along the rest of the month and get that $500, people. That's linktree.com/Fine Dining Podcast. That's how you can go do something nice for Mike. Support him over there. He's a great guy. If you want to do some supporting for us, some supporting over this way, you can check out the Patreon page. That's Snackspot, or it's patreon.com/Snackspot. We've got a lot of great episodes of the Captions On podcast on there, where we were going through all the Disney Channel originals. We had the short-lived Bad Directions podcast, which is a sight to see. But the good news is, the best part to support us, it's only $3 a month, baby. So go ahead, subscribe to that Patreon. Link is going to be in the episode description. That's patreon.com/Snackspot. Back to school is right here, folks. All right, and that means people's schedules are getting a whole lot busier. All right, kids got to be running around doing this, doing that. Okay, folks don't have the regular time to kick back like they do in the summer. All right, but the good news is you can still make things a little easier on yourself when you use Instacart. Because with Instacart, you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. If that's not good enough for you, listen to this. The best part is that right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Make the smart choice and start using Instacart today. Folks, if you want to do something else to support the show, you can actually do something that is nice for you. Nice for yourself. Check out all of the great merch that we have got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. Hoodies, t-shirts, bucket hats, mugs, slides, fanny packs, notebooks, water bottles, notebooks. I already said that, but they're so great, okay? Stuff not just for the show, but also for quested and scheming and dreaming. So be sure to hit the link in this episode description or go check it out for yourself at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show, Schemin' and Dreamin', you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. You know, podcast advertising has been shown to be 19% effective. I've said that many times. Forbes has reported that. There's a few reasons for that. I think the host-read ads is the biggest one, but whatever the case, you can see its effectiveness in the way that the market has fluctuated with companies like McDonald's and State Farm and NASCAR doing advertisements on podcasts. It's kind of crazy that, you know, companies of that size with ad budgets like that, you know, that they're doing spots on the Super Bowl and things are moving into podcasting. And it's really cool to see them move away from your more traditional advertising, TV or newspapers or, you know, bus ads. I don't know whatever people do. But the problem is there still hasn't really been any room, any area for smaller or even local businesses to get in on the action of podcast advertising, to see why these larger companies are making the move. But that's what we are here for. That's what we're all about. So if you're interested in advertising on any of these shows, again, reach out to us. Hit us up at snackspotsports@gmail.com. Did you ever have your birthday at Lasertron?
Nah, I don't think so.
Because you always had the summer birthday.
But I've
so it's more
competed.
fun. Oh, of course.
Here's my biggest problem with Lasertron. It's that you can't run.
Yeah.
Here's my biggest problem with laser tag is that there's no pain inflicted.
Yeah.
Like, you get the most points, I get that, but it's more fun to shoot things that inflict a little bit of pain, and then like they're out. I'm a last man standing kind of guy. And also, here's the other thing. And again, based off everything I know, I haven't been to Lasertron in quite some time to play Lasertron, but I feel like, I guess because I can't see it, I don't trust the accuracy of it. It should at least shoot a laser that shows me where it's shooting.
I think I've seen the laser.
No.
I've seen the laser. I don't know how else to say it, but I have seen the laser, Matthew. I've seen the laser.
Maybe was there a fog machine around?
Yeah, because, it can be, if you catch it at the right angle, you can see the laser.
Yeah, but I want it to be so clear, like laser.
It might be too slow. They don't make lasers that slow. Lasers are quick. That's what the S in laser
No, I know,
stands
but
for.
that's what
Speedy,
I want
it's
it
an
to be like
acronym.
always there, and then when I click the
Lights
trigger,
are speedy.
I want like a red
Everybody
dot sight.
runs.
I want like a red dot sight.
That's a different situation.
That's kind of what I'm talking about, like a laser pointer attached to my gun, and I can see where it's shooting.
I do agree with you about the pain element, though. Like, there does need to be at least some kind of physical element, because even a vibrate, something like that.
I think you
Maybe
do
it
get
does
vibrate when you hit.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not. They need to tweak it, because here's what the problem I always ran into was. There was always one person who just, like, was not being a part of the game, and they would just walk right up to that target that you get the most points out of, and they would just stand in the middle while everybody shoots them and try and hit that as many times and just, like, walk back and then nothing. So they're not even playing. They're just being lame about the whole thing. Do you remember that time we went to somebody's birthday, and it was at the Crow's Nest. Do you remember that joint?
I don't really remember it, but I am familiar.
They had a game there that was like a shooting thing, but it wasn't airsoft. You shot like rubber balls at each other, like really fast. And I remember, I was like with.
But I think there was an age limit. I don't think I was ever there when I was old enough to shoot the rubber balls.
No, we were there once. We were there for somebody's birthday party. I remember, because I know we were with each other because we were on the same team, and some kid who was on our team shot me. We were like behind a barrier, hiding out, trying to shoot the other guys. And this kid, he fired his gun maybe like this far from the back of my head. Just pow! I mean, completely gave me a concussion. And
get out of Dodge.
No, but it was another classic embarrassing moment for me, because this kid, it hurts so bad. I mean, boom, high-powered rubber ball right to the back of the noggin. And so obviously I burst into tears immediately, and I'm looking around at like the ref, and I'm like, who at the time to me is an adult. Looking back, this guy was maybe 13.
Yeah.
And I'm like crying as if like, help me, do something. I'm dying back here. And he just looked at me like, there's nothing I can do for you. So I probably just cried that one out, got back out there on the field.
Which happens. I don't think you got back on the field. You might have tapped. The Crow's Nest. Where was that located? Did you already say this?
It was in the Summit Park Mall for a while.
Yes.
God, what a great spot.
I
would love to go inside there now that it's abandoned. I would love to see the inside.
People used to, remember?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course.
Well, they got stuff in there now.
Oh, yeah. But, like,
they got a haunted house in there now, don't they?
Oh, yeah. I think that's like a year-round thing.
I wonder if it's still there. I'd like to give that a
Bit
try.
of a haunted house season is upon us.
I know, and I
Are you
love
looking
haunted
for
house season.
something like that?
I'm a Fright World guy through and through. I'm a yearly Fright World goer.
Yeah.
You just gotta embrace the
Fear.
yeah,
the
yeah. You
anticipation,
can't.
the
You
suspense.
can't. Yeah, I know I've said this before, but you can't be the guy who is like, it's all fake. I'm not scared. Like, just go in there and have some fun.
That's the same guy who walks up to the fucking Lasertron target and just shoots it without playing the game.
There's a difference. So if you can sneak your way there and get down on one knee up on that top bin, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's clearly not what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Clearly not what I'm talking about. These are just joyless people. And they look just like us. It's a problem.
And you just can't tell.
You just can't tell, man. It's invasion of the body snatches.
What are they called?
Grumps, curmudgeons,
No, what
hooligans.
are the zombies called in Harry Potter?
Dementors?
No, Andy, in
Zombies. There aren't zombies in Harry Potter. Unless I know you just finished the 6th book, so those things that are in the water.
Okay, they're not called Inferi. Inferi.
Okay.
They're corpses, like they're corpses that are just like magically possessed to be alive. You know what I mean? They're not
Gotcha.
alive, but they're alive.
Sure. They're animated. They're animated corpses.
Yeah, they're zombies. Inferi.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
Okay.
Yeah, Voldemort uses them, but that is one reference to them. Yes, that's what's in the water. But there's a lot of buildup in the past, like once Voldemort's return kind of is like we know what's happening. Like I would say, like
he's back.
Yeah, even when it's just Dumbledore and Harry, like even when people are like they're talking like when the Order first kicks up into action, they learn more about the kids, learn more about what it's like.
Oh right, because they're just talking about.
They talk about and they always mention like he uses Inferi too, because some dark magic type shiz. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all. I was just curious.
Zombies. If we're talking like,
why were we talking? What did I bring that up out of nowhere?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
As far as I know. Zombies to me have always been the scariest of like the monster creatures. Because like if we're talking vampires, werewolves, Frankensteins, zombies, scariest ones to me, because you can't reason with a zombie. Like I feel like even a vampire, if you're not going to stop him from getting what's good, but you can at least be like, no, don't do this, and you know that he's like recognizing that even if he chooses to ignore it. Werewolf maybe the same thing, depending on your version of werewolf. But a zombie, you can't stop that thing. That's why the Zombieland zombies terrify me, because they're fast and they're just totally mindless.
You decapitate them.
Yeah, you can kill them, but you can't like reason with it. You can't talk to it.
You can't reason with a werewolf either. Not when it's in werewolf form.
Potentially, it depends. Also, a werewolf is still like an animal. I think there's potential for you to still be like, hold up now, boy.
Not a werewolf.
Now hold up. Now hold up now, boy.
Not a werewolf. No, you don't know anything about werewolves.
You got the clicker.
You don't know
for
shit
dominance.
about werewolves.
I actually know quite a bit about werewolves, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Any scenario in which they're
and you got to throw it off balance a little bit because it's an animal. You try and hup a zombie. You got that little clicker with a zombie. That's not going to work. But it'll be a lot more. I'm not saying it's going to save your ass, but it's more effective with a werewolf than it would be with a zombie. And werewolves also still abide by like the rules of dominance, the rules of the animal kingdom, pack mentality, all that stuff. You could potentially use to your advantage when fighting werewolf.
There's my two big werewolf knowledge groups come from the Vampire Diaries and from Harry Potter. And neither of those werewolves in the heat of the full moon could ever be rationed with.
No, it's different. Not rationed with necessarily. I mean, you can't play chess with them or anything like that. But I think what I'm saying still stands, that you can influence their animal instincts to potentially prolong your life, potentially help you in that situation, whereas you can't do anything with a zombie. If a zombie is coming at you and you're trapped, you're toast, brother. You can't offer it anything that it wants, nothing like that. like a vampire even. You'd be like, whoa, don't suck me, brother, because, you know, I don't know, gold or something. Maybe the vampire wants gold. Whatever. But zombies, you're done.
There's what about a hybrid? What about a werewolf vampire?
Is that a thing from the Vampire Diaries?
Yeah. But it's like pretty rare how it happens. There's only a few of them, I think. I don't even really know. Because if you're a vampire and a werewolf saliva, venom, whatever it is deadly to vampires in the show.
Yeah, right.
So if a vampire bites if a werewolf bites a vampire, instantly dead. But I think if a werewolf bangs a vampire and has a child,
We got to figure this out. How does this work? Which one would you rather be? Werewolf or vampire?
To become a hybrid werewolf, you should have in their system before they are killed, so they can awaken. Okay, so yeah, I don't know how this guy. No,
Hold on, let me write this down. Pretending like I'm reading, mumbling to pretend like I'm reading what's happening. Something was going on, just mumbling, pretending like I'm reading something. Not really knowing what's going on, just mumbling to kind of act like I'm actually doing something here. Don't know. No, not reading, just pretending, just mumbling. Make people know what I'm doing.
Only one has ever seen her before triggering the werewolf gene. Yeah, I don't really know.
It's up for debate.
To
The scholars have not
if
nailed it down.
you got a werewolf
exactly.
gene that's already been activated, and then you get turned into a vampire by like the original vampire, and then you drink the blood of a doppelganger, then it activates.
I was wondering where that was going to come in.
Yeah,
because that has to be part of it.
I confused the shit out of myself, but they got a crossover breed in the show.
That might be great. I mean, if you can be a vampire and walk out in the sun, like if you're a werewolf and stuff, if it negates that bit,
I don't think.
Well, could be good.
But they got rings in the show. They got rings.
Oh, that let them walk.
Yeah,
I think there's a ring in Buffy that does that too.
Yeah, they got rings, I believe, that let them walk.
I think I'd rather be a vampire than a werewolf. I know you're only a werewolf for like one night a month or whatever.
That'd be a shitty night.
Yeah,
and
it will
like
be brutal. But a vampires are sexier.
But vampires do be just killing people. Werewolves, when they're not werewolves, don't kill people.
Damn, that's true. And even when they are werewolves, sometimes they're not necessarily going.
They try to
humans.
chain themselves up and shit.
Yeah, you can do that. I guess the responsible answer is to be a werewolf, but you go to like a cool vampire party and stuff like that, like.
And drink blood? Nah, that ain't.
Well, but if you're a vampire, though, drinking blood is probably pretty tasty.
Yeah,
that's like the one good tasting thing.
The new Minister of Magic's a vampire, isn't he?
I have no idea.
Look it up. Look that up. Nah, dude, I'll look it up.
Is the Minister of Magic a vampire? It's just giving me directions to mental hospitals.
Go
ahead.
Rufus
Scrimjaw.
Scrimgeour. Is that how you say it?
Scrimjaw.
I don't know if he's actually No, I think he is a vampire.
I don't know, man. Truly can't recall. I don't think that he is.
Well, it was published in the Quibbler at one point in time.
Oh, well, that's a Quibbler for you. Goddamn Quibbler. They don't know what they missing.
They just be quibbling.
They just be quibbling, trying to hit anything that sticks. Boy, let's see. Dubai court recognizes crypto as a valid form of payment for salary. Emily, you're getting paid in Dogecoin from now on, so I hope that's okay.
Wait a minute.
Hold the phone.
Who is that recognizes that?
Dubai?
Oh, Dubai. We're not in Dubai, brother.
Not yet.
We're not going to be in Dubai.
We might be.
No, we're not.
We could be.
I could almost guarantee you we will not be.
You got those things up back there. We can't see out the window. You never know.
We could be in Dubai. I didn't think about that.
I've paid to have this entire building and all the water trash in it moved to Dubai.
While we're recording?
We're gonna send them. Well, it's the only time we're ever, in this room together. So I gotta, it was the only time
Here's
my plan could go
theoretical.
into effect. Okay.
Would you be willing to be the first human to ever travel at light speed?
Can you elaborate on that at all?
So,
like you're in a spaceship that moves at light speed.
yes.
Dude, I would, I'll tell you, I don't think at this time in my life I would. I guess it depends on how long the trip would be.
Well, that's the thing.
potentially,
So that's
but,
the thing. There's this thing. It was so stupid. This is a stupid conversation. I'm already pissed that I brought this up, and now
Okay.
we're into it. I saw this video. I don't know if it was on Twitter or Instagram or whatever it was, but it was like guy, volunteers himself to be, the test person to travel at light speed. But because he's traveling at light speed, going there and back, by the time he gets back, it's like 2,000 years later, even though the journey only feels like seconds to him. So then when he comes back,
Who knows?
yeah.
Sure.
I didn't watch the end of the video. That's as far as I got. Was
Okay.
like, so then I'm like, I because it would be a quick trip for you,
Oh, of course.
and you would be able to advance yourself 2,000 years into the future.
I'm trying to. I was just reading some things about light speed travel, but I can't remember what any of them said. But I don't know if it's. Now I'm trying to remember shit I haven't read in so long. Because if you travel at exactly the speed of light, fuck. I'm getting all confused in
You
my
got to
brain
make sure
now.
you hit exactly the speed.
No, I think that you got to travel like just under the speed of light.
That's not light speed though. Then.
No, it's not, is it? I don't know. I think you gotta. Shit. Fuck. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared right now. All my science fiction knowledge is busted out of my brain. Traveling at light speed. I don't know, because there's a point.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm already past the light speed conversation.
Okay, I figured. And please help me get past it, because I'm gonna get stuck here. This is like the time.
What else you got?
I started thinking about how many blades of grass there were in the world.
How
and
many?
I just shut down. I don't
I
want to
bet
talk
you it's
about
a
it.
lot.
It's too many, Matthew. It's too many.
How many do you think you have in your yard?
I can't
Google
go. I
how
can't
many
get-
blades of
Nope.
grass. I'm Googling it.
I'm not doing it. This is almost my version of. If you want to, here's a quick PSA for everybody. Maybe a little tip. Maybe you could use this. If you're in like a room full of people, and you want to kind of destroy everything, like have societal barriers just totally break down, bring up the conversation of, is a hot dog a sandwich? I've seen that conversation ruin lives. I've seen it ruin relationships, and for absolutely no reason. And I know that there was a period of time where that was kind of like a hot issue to touch on. It was kind of like a gag. It was almost like remember when people were talking about like that wheels versus doors type thing? It was like, is a hot dog a sandwich? It's almost like a riddle with no answer. And I think that topic should be illegal to discuss. That should maybe count as hate speech. I don't know. Maybe not hate speech. Maybe we'll come up with a different term for it. But I don't think that people should be allowed to talk about it because it ruins lives. And I don't think that there's a right answer to it. There's obviously arguments for both. But again, if you're hanging around some people that maybe you want to see
Dude.
completely collapse mentally, ask them that question. What's up?
Do you think there's more blades of grass or strands of hair on the earth?
Grass. I'm saying.
Answer's hair.
Man, how the fuck do they know?
Do you-
It's not hair.
Do you want me to? Do you want
Maybe
me to
it is
read
hair.
it?
I still think it's grass.
Anywhere from 20 to 40% of Earth's land is grasslands. So they'll be conservative with 25%. Okay, so that's on the low end, though.
That is on the low end.
That makes about 14,500,000 square miles of grassland, 300 blades of grass per square foot. You're going to get 1.2 quintillion blades of grass when you work out all the math, according to this guy.
Okay.
But see this. She says, "Now we don't actually need to calculate the number of hairs; just prove that it's greater or fewer than the number of blades of grass." Wikipedia states that the total number of wild mammals in the world is approximately 130.
Oh fuck! I wasn't
Yeah,
even
me
thinking
too,
about
dude. I was
animals.
thinking
I was
human
only
hairs.
thinking human hairs.
Me too. But it's the answer is still grass. No, the answer is hair. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If we're
All right.
including animals, then yeah, it's I can see how it would be. It's definitely hair. It's definitely hair. So many animals have hair.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot of this. Are there more blades of grass or grains of sand? I would go sand right up. Well,
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
I would go
sand,
sand.
dude.
I'd
There's a
probably go
lot, and there's
sand.
so many layers of sand.
that's what I mean. I think there's more grains of sand per square whatever than there is grass.
I've never
There's a
had
lot
a
of sand.
handful of grass stuck in my underwear. You know what I mean?
I have.
Well, that was one heck of a 4th of July.
Oh, Andy. You want to do a Who Would Win of the Week?
I would love to do the Who Would Win of the Week, actually. This week's Who Would Win of the Week is Dolores Umbridge versus Miss Frizzle from the Magic School Bus. A couple of magic teachers battling. Please, Google away.
Yeah, I need to
Google away. There's a couple of... I also have to highly recommend anyone who wants to do a deep dive into Miss Frizzle conspiracy theories that there's some fun stuff out there that could be pretty good. Now, Miss Frizzle...
The internet is... Why is this computer so slow, dude?
It's shitty. I bought the cheapest one.
The internet says that Miss Frizzle is magic,
Yeah.
but that she also really likes science, and that's how she created the bus.
That makes sense to me. Like, you know, it's like that Thor thing, right? You remember in the first Thor movie where he's like, "Where I come from, magic and science are the same thing." That's Miss Frizzle.
The producer once noted that Miss Frizzle is magic, so it is not just her students that notice.
That might be a whole different question.
Is a former 3rd and 4th grade school teacher and now an independent research professor. She is the
Voiced by
older
Lily
sister of
Tomlin.
Fiona.
I didn't know that. That's cool. Oh, in the Magic School Bus reboot,
Has
they made it her sister, like a Scooby-Doo, how Jeff is
Oh, this
Steve's
is
cousin.
the reboot?
No, that's a real one. But Fiona Frizzle is the teacher of the reboot.
Oh.
But she is magic. I think she magics.
It's a bit mysterious.
I mean, we chose her because on the presumption that she is magic.
She can pour the very... Oh, I don't like that. Beautiful, intelligent, kind-hearted, optimistic, caring, resourceful, has people love you. She loves to tell jokes. Miss Frizzle is... I just want to know if she's magic, dude.
She's magic, dude.
But I want to know what her magical criteria is. How magic is she?
She's pretty magic. I mean, she can shrink them down. That's like such a famous Magic School Bus
Here's the thing. Regardless of Miss Fizzle's level of magic, and also we're going to combine her level of magic with her use of science in this case. Here's the thing about Dolores Umbridge. First of all, I fucking hate Dolores Umbridge, as does I think anybody who's ever watched and or read Harry Potter. Also pissed when Dolores Umbridge showed up at Dumbledore's funeral. Like, what a scumbag. But here's the thing about Dolores Umbridge. A few things. One, she's not that good at magic. Like, she's a pretty powerful witch, but she won a few things. Like, there's times when she's at the height of her power at Hogwarts that it dawns on people that she's not that good at magic in some cases. Also, she doesn't use dark magic, but she uses magic in
evil way.
In evil ways, which I think gives Miss Frizzle the ultimate one-up. Because if there's one thing we know about magic, it's that using it for good makes it more powerful than using it for evil.
Power of love, baby. It's what makes the world go
Power
round.
of love.
And I'll say this, to go along with your point, even if we stick with Dolores Umbridge just in the Harry Potter universe, think about in the 5th book when Fred and George start lighting off those fireworks going crazy. Dolores loses her mind. She can't stop them. If you put somebody like Dumbledore in that situation, he would have taken care of that no problem.
Same with when they throw the instant swamp, the insta swamp.
Right.
She can't figure out how to get rid of the insta swamp.
Yeah, so she's not. Let's put it like this: mechanically, she's not the best wizard. Miss Frizzle is all about the mechanics, the science of wizardry, the science of magic.
I think, from a technical term, Dolores Umbridge is good. She's very technical with her magic in terms of, like, by the book. She does her magic by the book. Miss Frizzle, though, she's inventing new. She's
okay.
You know what I mean? She's going willy-nilly with it almost, which, again, not to tie it back to the Harry Potter world, but you'll see, honestly, Half-Blood Prince, perfect example of this, is in order to be the best, you got to go off script.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't just read out of a textbook and assume that that's the perfect way to do things. You got to go off script. You got to know a thing or two about coming up with a thing or two when you need to come up with a thing or two. Miss Frizzle is the king of coming up with a thing or two in the moment.
Yeah.
That she makes work. Dolores Umbridge, if she ain't reading it from a textbook or from a ministry update type scenario, it's not in her realm of expertise.
Yeah. And, Dolores Umbridge, I think the other thing that is not going to bode well for her is kind of just I guess my point is just kind of a physical version of what you're saying. Like, Miss Frizzle, when she takes the folks on a field trip, shit goes wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And she handles it.
Mm-hmm.
Dolores Umbridge, because she's so uptight when things don't go her way, again, Fred George example, Swamp example, she loses it. She has no idea what to do. When things get out of control, she goes crazy. Miss Frizzle lives in that out of control realm.
Also, Dolores Umbridge would fucking hate Miss Frizzle.
Oh, yeah. Complete opposites.
Like, Miss Frizzle wants to teach the kids. She wants the kids to explore. She wants them to learn. Not Dolores Umbridge. She fucking hates the kids. Dolores Umbridge, not for the children at all. So, 1, power of love, baby, as we said. 2, I don't think Dolores Umbridge is a very good creative thinker when it comes to magic. She's very technical. And 3, I think Dolores Umbridge would hate Miss Frizzle. And Miss Frizzle can't turn off Miss Frizzle. Like, Miss Frizzle's gonna be Miss Frizzle till the day she departs this earth.
Miss
Right?
Frizzle gonna frizz. The frizz gonna frizz.
See, I was trying to avoid myself saying anything like that in hopes that you would not say that.
Well, too bad, because the frizz gonna frizz.
But on that note, I'm taking Miss Frizzle. I don't know the extent of her magical power, so I feel kind of like a homer because I obviously dislike Dolores Umbridge very strongly. But I really do think that Miss Frizzle, whatever her magical powers may be, mixed with her use of science, would be able to really one-up the very frustrated Dolores Umbridge as to why she's losing to a curly-haired, crazy-dressed squib, as I'm sure Dolores would probably see it, because we don't know the extent of her
Sure.
actual magical powers. But she's probably not a squib. But again, is she pureblood? We don't know. That Dolores Umbridge, pretty set in her
Racist?
ways. Yeah, I was looking for something like that. Prejudice.
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 Yeah.
That's what I was
There we
looking
go.
for. So yeah, I'm taking Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, I'm going to take Frizzle as well. I mean, at the end of the day here, we're talking about a fight. No holds barred. And Dolores Umbridge, without her being able to set very strict rules, I mean, she loses all control of everything. She loses herself.
Yeah,
She can't handle the pressure.
We'll lock that in on Instagram. No, we'll lock that in. This week's Who Would Win of the Week, Miss Frizzle versus Dolores Umbridge. Clean sweep for Miss Frizzle. Vote on that on Instagram on Friday. Who Would Win of the Week. Last Harry Potter comment I have. I bet you if we dug deep enough into the lore, we could come up with a conspiracy that Hermione Granger is a relative of Miss Frizzle.
Because of the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work. That could work.
That's
Potentially.
That's all I got.
The timelines. It depends on the timeline. It might match up though, because Harry Potter takes place in the 90s. I think it works. I think it all works.
But like maybe Hermione's mom is a sister or something to Miss Frizzle, but they never talk about it. Kind of in a we don't want to.
Maybe
talk
they were
about
separated at birth.
Yeah, it could be separated.
Which is
at birth.
why they think that Hermione is total Muggle.
Because Hermione's mom is a dentist, right?
I think both her parents are.
But
dentists.
yeah, but mom's a dentist, so like obviously her mother had a passion for some type of science and medicine.
Right. Miss Frizzle just
very
went the other
passionate
way.
about
She
science.
just went the other way.
Yeah, wanted to teach it. Very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Ginger hair. That was really the main connection.
Oh, I got you. So she could be a descendant once the Weasley line gets mixed in there. I think Miss Frizzle being a Weasley, we could connect
Okay.
pretty easily.
Yeah. I don't fucking know.
What if Miss Frizzle is the sister of Mr. Weasley? To me, that makes sense. Because Miss Frizzle is spending all her time in the Muggle world. Through her own magic,
That's true.
teaching the
Yeah.
kids, Muggle science, but also kind of erasing their potential prejudice towards
Yeah.
wizards by showing them the fun of magic and how useful it can be, not harmful. And Mr. Weasley, obviously, we know he's obsessed with Muggles.
Yeah,
So
he does love Muggle stuff.
Miss Frizzle Weasley, Ron's aunt. I think that works. I think that all fits together.
I don't know. My brain's fried.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
Football season starts tomorrow. Well, today if you're listening to this. I can't wait. I love football.
It's gonna be
We
good.
gotta have
Oh, dude,
what?
we
We gotta have the Burnster on.
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure, especially now that I don't know if you know he's doing music.
Yeah.
He's been very
Yeah.
successful with it, from what I've seen. So we could want to talk about that. We could always video him in. It's not as fun as being in studio, but it'd
Yeah.
be
We
good.
don't wanna make him
Because I'm not sure where he's living now. But
yeah.
shout out
He's
to
living on the magic school bus, brother.
aren't we all? Toot toot. But I'm doing fantasy football again this year, and last year
Did you have your draft yet?
yeah, and I fucked it up so bad because I did I'm the kind of I was this time around for the draft the kind of guy who you do not want in your league when you're drafting, because I forgot what time the draft was and I didn't set auto draft. So for like the first couple of rounds, whenever it was my turn to draft, the
Would
full
take the
2
full
minutes would
minute.
fucking go.
2 minutes?
2 minutes. So yeah, so I really fucked it up. And and then after that, because I had forgotten when the draft was, I went on there to set auto draft so that I wouldn't be causing anybody any problems like that. But then I had other shit to do, so I don't even know what my team looks like.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell
It's gonna fuck. I just wish
Sacco incoming.
I just wanna do it for the other people in the league, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know very much about football at all to begin with, but I don't want to ruin their good times. They're nice enough to invite
Yeah, as
me
long
into
as
the
you.
thing.
I mean, your team
wanna
should be
try
plenty
to-
competent from an auto draft as long as you set your lineup. You know.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
But luckily, I think because like a couple years, I've had to delete the app off my phone because of like storage
Mhm.
reasons, which is a whole nother debacle that I'm sure everybody has to go through.
I thought that too. You know what everybody else in the world is doing except for us, Andy?
What?
They're just fucking using the cloud. You know, it's
The
like
cloud is
$1
so-
a month to store like all your shit on the iCloud.
But the another problem with us is like we share
Yeah, we
the
got
Apple
that whole-
account.
I got.
And what if I've got something sensitive on my phone that somehow
Yeah, I gotta-
accidentally goes in the cloud? You got to be careful with that, man.
I gotta figure that out.
You got to be careful.
I gotta figure that out. Andy.
Yeah, because I'm also getting voicemails that are meant for you. Like, you still get them. I'm not getting them in place of yours, but like they'll show up on my phone.
Like work voicemails.
Yeah, see, like there's 2 unanswered voicemails on there. Those
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
for
sitting
me.
on those. I don't want to answer those.
No, why would you? And it's not like I'm not getting.
You
like,
know who those are from, though.
Oh, okay.
That's not work related.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Like, I'm not getting those calls. But
Yeah.
now we're just talking about the minutia
Yeah.
of Apple. So, we'll get
Andy,
outta
I
here.
love you.
I love you too. Let's get out of here. Thanks, folks.